Yes, parents, we are back from Christmas break. Everybody's getting back in the swing of things. Took a few days for everybody to ramp up and get back into school mode, but I think everybody's there now. I think everybody's doing great. The high school students are getting ready for finals next week, so I'm sure they're all thrilled about that, really excited. But things are moving on. We're about ready to wrap up our first semester here by the end of next week. Now we've got a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, many of you saw Pastor Jason's superintendent blog at the first of the year. Right on January 1st, he put out his video blog, and he has some great information there. And if you haven't heard it yet, this might be exciting information for you. As many of you know, we are now in our re-enrollment period for next school year. I know it seems early, but for next year, we're already in the planning phase. We're already planning things out. We've got our calendar already planned out for next year, starting to plan some events, things like that. And so re-enrollment is taking place now in the private school sector. Re-enrollment usually takes place in January. That way new enrollment can start to begin in February. But during this January period, it's kind of a preferred time for re-enrolling students. You can get your students re-enrolled before anybody else starts to enroll here at the school, which in past years hasn't been such a big deal. But I'll tell you, this year it might be a really big deal. As you know, our school has been growing. Last year, during this year, we've grown by about 30% over last year. If that rate continues, which that's a very high rate of growth, but even if we grow by 15 to 20% for next year, that's really going to start to fill up a lot of our classrooms. And what we want to make sure is that returning students have that first opportunity to lock in their spot in those classrooms. So that's why this first month is dedicated just for re-enrollment. For kids and families who are already a part of Fairfield Christian School to re-enroll as part of Fairfield Christian School. And we have great incentive to do that. First of all, if you re-enroll by January 31st, you get a discount on your re-enrollment fee. But also, and here's the really big part, if you have your application and re-enrollment fee completely paid and turned in by March 1st, we are going to freeze the tuition rate for this year. So you will be paying this year's tuition next year. It will not go up a single cent if you have your full enrollment fee and your application in by March 1st. That is for returning families for re-enrollment. It's really exciting for us to do that. We know that it's a sacrifice to have your kids in private school. It's not easy to do. The cost is sometimes very limiting, but we want to do everything we can to make sure that these kids have a great Christian education. We watch our budgets very closely, as Pastor Jason mentioned in his blog as well. We try to make sure we don't spend money frivolously at all. That way we can keep our costs as low as possible. But from year to year, at times we do have to increase rates, and next year rates will go up. But as I said, if you're a returning family and you have your re-enrollment fee and your application in by March 1st, tuition rate will stay the same next year as it is for this year. That's really exciting for us. Our board approved that last month at our board meeting. I'm really excited to extend that to you. It's going to be a fantastic school year next year. This year is already shaping up to be a great year. And I'm already excited as we start to get into planning phase for next year to see where God is going to take us next year as well. But as I said, we do anticipate more growth. Well, we already have parents calling about next year, about enrolling kids. And so we do anticipate a lot of growth going into next year. Like, as I said, probably about 15 to 20%. So we want to make sure that you as returning families lock in your positions, lock in your kids in those classrooms, that you have first dibs on those slots. And then if those spots do start to fill up, once a classroom fills up, we'll then start to take a waiting list. And then at that point, we'll see if we need to hire more teachers, expand into more classes, go that route. But this is definitely a chance for you to lock in that position here in January. So we're excited to extend that to you. If you guys have any questions at all about re-enrollment, please call us at the office. You might want to check out our new webpage. We kind of redesigned. There may be a few kinks here or there in the new website. We're still trying to get things worked out, but it's a great new design. The new website looks fantastic. You can go there. You can get your application online there, turned in. So I'm really excited about where we're going, where God's taking us, and how all this is shaping up. Ultimately, for your kids. I mean, this is the whole reason we do this, is so that your kids can come here and get a great education, but also in a godly, Christian, biblically based environment. And we're really excited to see, again, how God is going to take our school forward in the coming year. All right. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hope to see you guys around at some point. God bless.